You know that feeling, that little rush when you open your trading app and see green numbers. Your heart beats a little faster. Your thumb hovers over the screen, and before you even realize what you're doing, you've made another trade. It was just supposed to be $100, just a little experiment, just something to do during your lunch break while everyone else was scrolling through social media. But now it's 2 a.m., and you're still awake, refreshing the app, watching numbers move up and down, and you can't remember the last time you actually slept well. The trading apps told you it would be different. They said this would be smart, that you were building wealth, that you were being strategic. But somewhere between the confetti animations and the push notifications telling you about hot stocks, something changed. You started trading not because it made sense, but because it felt good. And when you tried to stop, your hands got shaky, your chest got tight, and the anxiety, that specific anxiety that only comes when you haven't checked your portfolio in hours, started creeping in. According to research from Stanford University, published in 2022, people who use gamified trading apps show the same brain activation patterns as people addicted to gambling and substances. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you see that little app sitting on your home screen. And if you've ever felt like you can't put it down, this video might explain why. Here's what nobody tells you about trading apps. They're not just financial tools. They're deliberately designed, to keep you opening them over and over, all day long. And they do this through a system that neuroscientists call variable reward scheduling. Think about how a slot machine works. You pull the lever, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, but you never know when the next win is coming, so you keep pulling. Trading apps operate on the exact same principle. Every time you open the app, you might see a gain, you might see a loss, you might see nothing, but your brain doesn't know, so it keeps checking. In many trading apps, every purchase is responded to with a reward, a little confetti animation, a satisfying sound, a green check mark. Research from the IFSA network found that these visual celebrations stimulate dopamine release in your brain, making you want to invest again without care. Your brain treats that confetti like a hit of dopamine, and because dopamine makes you feel happy, you remember how that feeling was triggered, and you try to experience it again and again and again. But it goes deeper than that. These apps are built around what behavioral psychologists call the compulsion loop. You feel anxious, you open the app, you make a trade, you feel a rush, the rush fades, you feel anxious again, you open the app. It's the same loop that makes slot machines so hard to walk away from. The only difference is that slot machines have warning signs in casinos. Trading apps hide in your pocket. Here's what's terrifying. The apps send you notifications designed to create urgency. This stock is hot right now. Markets are moving. Don't miss out. These aren't helpful reminders. They're triggers. They're designed to make your brain feel like you're missing something important if you don't act right now. And when you're in that state, you stop thinking. You just act. Dr. Anna Lembke at Stanford University calls this the dopamine-driven feedback loop. Your brain was designed for a world of scarcity, where finding food or winning social status was rare and precious. But these apps have created a world of superabundance, of tiny dopamine hits, constant stimulation, and endless opportunities to feel like you're winning. And your brain, your ancient brain that doesn't know the difference between a slot machine and a smartphone, responds the same way it responded to real threats and real rewards for 300,000 years. Now let's talk about what actually happens inside your skull. When you win a trade, your brain releases dopamine, but not just a little dopamine, a flood of it. Psychology Today reports that winning big on a trade can feel euphorogenic, almost like taking cocaine. Your brain doesn't know that the $50 you just made isn't the same as finding a cache of berries after 3 days of starving. It responds the same way, with celebration, with craving, with the urge to do it again. But here's where it gets dark. When you lose money, something equally alarming happens. Neuroimaging research shows that losing money activates your anterior insula. That's the same part of your brain that processes physical pain. Research from the journal Addictive Behaviors demonstrates this. When you lose $200 on a trade, your brain experiences it like getting punched.
The pain is real. It's not metaphorical, it's neurological. And here's what the apps don't tell you. That pain makes you want to trade even more, not because you've learned something valuable, but because your brain is trying to escape the pain the same way an addict escapes withdrawal. You make another trade, hoping to win back what you lost. And when that trade loses, you make another one and another. This is what researchers call loss chasing, and it's one of the clearest signs that you've crossed from investing into addiction. A study published in Frontiers in Psychiatry found that problematic trading shares many characteristics with gambling disorder. People who get caught in this cycle experience small wins early on that encourage further engagement. They chase losses. They have a poor assessment of risks. They develop what psychologists call an illusion of control, meaning they believe they have more influence on the market than they actually do. And they lose control over their money in ways that affect their relationships, their careers, and their mental health. But it goes deeper than that. Your brain actually starts to rewire itself. Research on neuroplasticity shows that with sustained behavior, your brain begins to prioritize the activities that trigger dopamine over everything else. The things that used to make you happy, hanging out with friends, cooking dinner, reading a book, they start to feel boring compared to the constant stimulation of the trading app. Your brain has recalibrated what feels rewarding, and now opening that app doesn't feel like a choice, it feels like a need. Here's what nobody talks about when they talk about trading app addiction. It's not really about money, it's about emotion. The trading app becomes your emotional regulator. Feeling anxious? Check the app. Feeling bored? Check the app. Feeling lonely? Check the app. Each time you do, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine that temporarily makes the bad feeling go away. But then it comes back, stronger, and you need another hit and another. And eventually, you're not trading because you want to build wealth. You're trading because you can't stand the feeling of not trading. This is what researchers call the loss chasing, and it's one of the clearest signs that you've crossed from investing into addiction. This is what addiction specialists call the functional impairment. You're still going to work, you're still paying your bills. On the outside, everything looks fine, but on the inside, you're trapped. You know you should stop. Your account balance knows you should stop, but something inside you, something deeper than logic, keeps pulling you back to the app. The worst part? Trading apps are designed to make you feel like you're smart, like you're different, like the people who lose money are just not as clever as you. This is called the illusion of skill. You won a few trades early on, so you believe you have control. You believe you can predict the market. But the research tells a different story. A study from the University of California found that over 80% of day traders lose money over time, but every single one of them believed they would be in the 20% who won. That's not confidence, that's addiction talking. And here's the part that nobody tells you. When you finally do stop, the anxiety doesn't go away immediately. Your brain has to relearn how to feel okay without the constant stimulation. Research on hedonic adaptation shows that withdrawal from behavioral addictions can last months. You might feel worse before you feel better. You might feel bored, irritable, and lost without your trading routine. This is normal. This is your brain recalibrating, but it's also the most dangerous time because your brain will do anything to get back to the thing that made it feel good. It will whisper to you. It will make excuses. It will tell you that you were different, that you had control, that you could try again just this one time. Don't listen.
So, what do you do if you're caught in this trap? First, understand that you're not weak, you're not stupid, you're not bad with money. You were just matched against one of the most sophisticated psychological systems ever designed. The people who built these apps hired behavioral psychologists specifically to make them addictive. You were outmatched by professionals. Second, create friction. Delete the app from your phone. Move your trading account to a different device that you don't have easy access to. Use app blockers during the hours you usually trade. This isn't about willpower, it's about removing the trigger from your environment so your brain can start to heal. Third, find the feeling another way. Trading apps give you a hit of excitement, control, and anticipation. You can get these feelings from other healthier sources: exercise, competitive sports, video games with friends.
Anything that gives you variable reward without the financial destruction. Fourth, get support. Talk to someone, a therapist, a friend, a support group. You don't have to carry this alone. And if you're experiencing depression, anxiety, or thoughts of self-harm because of trading losses, please reach out to a mental health professional immediately. The research from Psychology Today shows that trading addiction can lead to depression and suicidality. This is serious. You deserve help. Here's what you need to hear. If you're someone who's been caught in this, you're not broken. You're not a failure. Your brain just got caught in a system designed to trap it. And recognizing that, naming it, understanding it, that's the first step to freedom. The trading app will always be there. The notifications will always come. The pull will always be real. But you can learn to feel it without obeying it. You can learn to notice the craving without acting on the craving. You can learn to tell your brain, I see you, I hear you, but I'm not going to do that today. That's not weakness, that's strength. That's not giving up, that's taking back control. And if this video resonated with you, if you found yourself in it, consider checking out my next one on the psychology of people who beat addiction. And if you want to support this channel and get early access to videos like this, there's a join button below. Either way, thanks for being here. You're not broken. You're just trapped in a system designed to keep you clicking. And now that you know that, you can start clicking less.